Shenanigans.
All right, each of our hosts brings a hot topic they want to share with you. We'll ask, is it truth, lies, shenanigans? Our panel will talk about it for a bit until time is up. And then we'll go to our audience for questions and comments. So make sure you're talking to us in all our threads. All right, so last show we ran over time and Lizzie and Rob did not get to their topics. So we'll be starting with both of them today. So Robbie, you've got some anti-vaxxers preventing people from getting COVID vaccines. Is this truth, lies, or shenanigans?
True shenanigans and just the way that we do things, right? So, yes, this was on January 30th. The Los Angeles Fire Department officials reported that anti-vaccine protesters briefly forced officials to close the COVID-19 vaccination site at Dodger Stadium, while hundreds of people were waiting in their cars to receive the doses. So the fire department closed the stadium entrance for about an hour in the afternoon while protesters were trying to access the parking lot where the entire vaccination campaign was happening. So nobody was arrested, but the LAPD deployed a sufficient amount of officers to the stadium, as a spokesman said to the LA, sorry, and the LA police said that all vaccines would be administered despite the delay. So California is working around the clock to provide this life-saving vaccine to those on the front line, and to have these anti-vaxxers show up, and I respect their right to have a different opinion, their right to a different opinion. But when you are presenting physical roadblocks, actually halting the process by which we can get ahead of this, I have to wonder what steps should we be taking as a society to keep these people in their lane? Because LA, last time I checked, 3.35 million cases, over 41,000 deaths, pretty significant numbers. So my question to panelists is, how should we be dealing with these people who are preventing a life-saving vaccine from being administered in a timely fashion? And let's be clear that these people who showed up are not wearing their masks. They're creating minor spread events. So, Liz, I love that smirk. I want to get you going.
So we should, give our audience, our viewers, a little background on these people. Like you said, they do not believe in wearing masks. The majority of them do not believe in COVID to begin with. They still are going around saying that it's a hoax. But in addition to that, they have now tied the death of Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron, legendary baseball player, Hall of Famer Hank Aaron, died on January 22nd of this year. Hank Aaron got the COVID vaccine on January 6th. So now these anti-vaxxers are saying he died because he took the COVID vaccine, which could not be farther from the truth, which the Department of Health in Atlanta, in Georgia, has already come out and made a statement saying that Hank Aaron, who was 86 years old, died of natural causes. There was no link to COVID. So once again, you have a bunch of people, a faction of people who are giving false information, misleading information, lying, and they're preventing people from getting, like Rob said, actual medical treatment. So if they're that concerned, my question is if they're that concerned about whether or not the vaccine killed Hank Aaron, what about the near 450,000 people in this country who have actually died of COVID? Where's their outrage for that? They're focusing on Hank Aaron, again, where it's been proven that he did not die from the vaccine, and it's offensive to his family. Like, that's just, if you know,
Yeah.
come up with these conspiracy theories, leave other people out. Don't. So I am very much against this. I think they should be arrested. I think they should be arrested. And the state of California is now threatening them with arrest.
Johnny Storm?
I do agree. I feel like what are their intentions? Is it to I think they said to reopen the economy, or is it for selfish reasons? Like it's because you have this ideology about like the pandemic or like the pandemic is a scam or whatever. So I think that it's very weird. It's giving me Christian religious vibes, like when you're pushing your beliefs on somebody. So it's like why have a whole protest surrounding that? Um, but at the same time, I don't I don't knock them for believing what they believe. I don't agree with them or think it's smart, but I don't knock them for believing what they believe and not trusting, our government. I don't. But at the same time, to have to shut down the entire stadium where people are actually trying to seek help because they have fear or they're scared, I think that that's wrong and they should be arrested. I'm sorry. That's the truth, though.
Real quick, I want to do one little quick tangential thing. So I'm having a little online battle with Latoya Blakely right now on whether or not Usher or Weekend is better. So Facebook, Weekend better, Usher.
You
Okay.
guys are so funny.
First of all, so again, you want to drag him, Latoya? You want to drag him, Latoya? Let's go. Let's go. How many top hits? How many hits does Usher have?
He's
How many
been
albums?
around longer. That's all.
How
All right.
long has Usher been around? How many more collaborations does
He's
Usher
just been
have?
alive longer. That's all. That's it.
Name all of the Weeknd's hits, and then I'll give you the list of Usher's hits. Show me
He's
where
been
the
around
Weeknd
longer.
can dance.
All right, I'm back.
Show me where the Weeknd can dance. Show me where the
All right,
Weeknd has collaborated with Beyonce.
I'll open the Pandora's box. My bad. All right.
Like,
Come on now. And
All
that's
right.
not to say the Weeknd has fans.
out
That's
the water.
fine. But let's be
It's not a
realistic here.
comparison.
He
Yeah, it's
ain't
not
no
a
Usher.
comparison.
All right.
He ain't no Usher.
This is on you, Neo. This is on you.
So back to the anti-vaxxers. So there was a while ago that I was messaging back and forth with a friend of mine who's an anti-vaxxer. And man, she kept sending me this nonsense about vaccines and the COVID's not real and all this. And I said to her, I was like, you know what? It's fine for you to believe what you believe about anti-vaccines. My problem is spreading the BS to others. Right? You can believe what you want. You can do what you want. I don't want to hear it. Why are you trying to force your views on me? Right? If I believe the vaccine works, why are you against me taking the vaccine? Why are you against others taking the vaccine? You can make choices for yourself. Fine. No problem. Make those choices for you. But why are you trying to then cause others, to risk their lives, tell them lies? What is the point? What are you trying to do? What is your goal? It just doesn't make
Persuasion.
sense to me. But why? Why do you care whether or not someone else chooses to take the vaccine and kill themselves? If that were the case. But that's not the case. We know
Yeah,
that's not the case. There's no science, there's no evidence that proves that vaccines are killing 400, a million people as the COVID actual virus has. There's evidence that the virus has killed millions. But the vaccine might, and this is only might because there are some people who have died after taking the vaccine, might have killed 10. But many of those have so far been proven to be unrelated to actually taking the vaccine. It was some type of illnesses that they had. And it just happened in a similar time frame, which is normal. Like if someone gets a vaccine and they die from natural causes, that's not unexpected. If they already had a heart condition.
Why do you feel like so many people are suspicious, even just this situation, but are suspicious of vaccines?
I mean, so.
Well, I think a lot of people that are anti-medicine. Because like you said, it's not just the COVID vaccine. I mean, tons of people are anti-flu vaccine. There was all of misinformation that was put out about whether or not getting just regular vaccinations in children, whether or not there was a link from that to autism, which has been disproven 1,000 times over. In fact, the original studies that were done on the actual link between autism and vaccines, a lot of false information, false experiments were used in that research. And so that's why a lot of that information was dispelled. So I think people just, they are anti-government in that they don't feel that the government should be forcing us to take something. They are in certain instances anti-medicine. But then you have all of these conspiracy theorists. So if you, whatever you say,
You a
if you say it's
non-thinking.
black, they're going to say it is tie-dye. Like, it's just, it's, people have, their own agendas. And like Neo said, I respect that. If you don't want to take the COVID vaccine, that's fine.
I'm
Do
not going to
you.
force you.
However,
I'm not
I
going to
have
tell you need to
pre-existing
take it. You
conditions.
need to take it.
I'm still mad that I haven't gotten it yet. I see all these other people
I'm with you.
on the internet who aren't frontline workers, who aren't healthcare workers, getting it. And I'm just like, well, why is my doctor continuously telling me that I'm not eligible yet? But yeah, if you don't want to get it, don't get it. Move, like what's his name? Luda said, move, bitch, get out the way, so I can get mine.
With
So I can get mine.
Respectfully, though.
yeah. I'm sure. Yeah, the less of them taking it, the more of me, the more of us that can. So hey, no problem.
And
But don't be
more
trying to
for me
prevent
and
me
for
from
my
taking it. What the hell? Anyway.
And can
Yeah.
I just say very quickly, because there's information about why Black people aren't taking it. There's a lot of misinformation out there about the Tuskegee experiment, or this idea now that a lot of Black people aren't taking it. And from what I have observed with my friends, elderly people in my family, elderly friends, a lot of Black folks are looking for that vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Especially elderly people, because elderly people more than young people listen to their doctors.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of people are
Yes.
out there getting the vaccine. So don't let this whole, oh, well, they gave us stuff during the Tuskegee. They didn't. The whole point of the Tuskegee was for them not to give us anything. No one was injected with syphilis in that experiment. It was the fact that they were not given treatment in that experiment. Okay. Whew, folks.
All right, let's get to some of these comments online. So Latoya Blakely says, "Thank you, Nia. Believe what you want, but who are you to stand in my way of me making choices for my life?" Oh, Latoya, the anti-vaxxer that I'm not going to say her name, but you actually know her. So used to play volleyball with us. So so anyway, uh, Mike Winter says, "However true that might be, they also don't believe they are racist for supporting racism."
Wait, what is
True
that?
that.
I'm trying to. What's the reference?
I think the
Am I missing something?
correlation between the anti-vaxxers, the anti-maskers, the Trump supporters, and if
Trump
someone is
supporters.
making
Ah,
That's
just
the correlation.
equating that claim, right? It's
Got it.
okay. So I can make the claim that I'm not a racist while aligning myself with racist organizations and friends. I can make the
ah.
claim that I'm pro-science and align myself with anti-maskers. But there's been a lot of anti-science sentiment over the last 4 years coming from your top office. So it's no surprise that there's a lot of distrust over the vaccine and that these people exist. But yeah, just step out the way, have your protests along the sidewalk, don't prevent others from doing it, share your message and your misinformation, and maybe someone will share some facts with you and enlighten you, and you'll get in line too.
Right. Mike Wolf says
Yeah.
people don't believe in masks because if masks work, then Trump is a monster for discouraging mask use. And Trump supporters are complete fucking idiots for supporting him. And people don't want to believe they're complete fucking idiots.
Preach, Michael. Preach, brother. Preach.
Jeanette Brown says, "I'm in favor of vaccines, but I completely understand BIPOC having reluctance. But
Yeah.
these are not the anti-vaxxers who are protesting."
Yeah, that's
Alright.
what I'm saying. It's the protest for me. Like, why are you going so hard? There's people that I know that are anti-vaccine or just don't want to take a vaccine, but they're not forcing it or protesting about it. So, yeah.
All right, let's move into our next hot topic. Good topic.